Greetings, people of the World Wide Web. My name is Volperine. Today, I'm going to be reading some Confucian thought. This is going to be a very philosophically bent video. If you don't like philosophy, I would advise watching anything else. Before I get started, I'd like to say if you like this or any of my other stuff, feel free to like and subscribe. Alright, now that I've done that, I'm going to start on The Great Learning by Confucius. Don't expect that much commentary. It's not up to me to comment on Confucius's ways. His words are not to be screwed with by people wearing furry masks. So I'm just going to present it as it is. If you want to pause and think or re-listen to any of the parts of this speech, please feel free. I think it will very much help your understanding of what he says. This is The Great Learning, a summation of Confucian thought. The Great Learning consists in manifesting the clear character, loving the people, and abiding in the highest good. Only after knowing what to abide in can one be calm. Only after having been calm can one be tranquil. Only after having achieved tranquility can one have peaceful repose. Only after having peaceful repose can one begin to deliberate. Only after deliberation can the end be attained. Things have their roots and branches. Affairs have their beginnings and their ends. To know what is first and what is last will lead one near the way. The ancients who wished to manifest their clear character to the world would first bring order to their states. Those who wished to bring order to their states would first regulate their families. Those who wished to regulate their families would first cultivate their personal lives. Those who wished to cultivate their personal lives would first rectify their minds. Those who wished to rectify their minds would first make their wills sincere. Those who wished to make their wills sincere would first extend their knowledge. The extension of knowledge consists in the investigation of things. When things are investigated, knowledge is extended. When knowledge is extended, the will becomes sincere. When the will is sincere, the mind is rectified. When the mind is rectified, the personal life is cultivated. When the personal life is cultivated, the family will be regulated. When the family is regulated, the state will be in order. And when the state is in order, there will be peace throughout the world. From the Son of Heaven down to the common people, all must regard cultivation of the personal life as the root or foundation. There is never a case when the root is in disorder and yet the branches are in order. There has never been a case when what is treated with great importance becomes a matter of slight importance, or what is treated with slight importance becomes a matter of great importance. I'm going to move on to Mencius, who was a great disciple of Confucius, born about 100 years after Confucius died. Confucius was so widely studied that his disciples were continuing to write down what he said, because he never wrote down any of his thoughts, anything he said. He never wrote it down. So his students were tasked with compiling and collecting everything he ever said, and that was still going on even as late as 100 years after Confucius died. And so this man, Mencius, was known to be a great disciple of Confucius, and one of the books that Confucius is attributed to is actually written by this guy, Mencius. His real name is Menci. Here's what Mencius has to say about human goodness. This is something that we could all use a little bit of. This is something that I think will cheer us all up a little bit. Mencius replied, "When left to follow its natural feelings, human nature will do good. This is why I say it is good. If it becomes evil, it is not the fault of our original capability. The sense of mercy is found in all people. The sense of shame is found in all people. The sense of respect is found in all people. The sense of right and wrong is found in all people. Only we give them no thought. Therefore it is said, 'Seek and you will find them, neglect and you will lose them.' Some have these virtues to a much greater degree than others, twice, 5 times, and incalculably more. And that is because others have not developed to their fullest extent their original capability. Original capability, he's speaking of goodness. Mencius is saying here that human nature is inherently good. This is what Mencius says about human nature being good as well. He continues with this. Here is a person who suddenly notices a child about to fall into a well. Invariably, she or he will feel a sense of alarm and compassion. And this is not for the purpose of gaining the favor of the child's parents, or seeking the approbation of its neighbors and friends, or for fear of the blame should he fail to rescue it. Thus we see that no person is without a sense of compassion, or a sense of shame, or a sense of courtesy, or a sense of right and wrong. The sense of compassion is the beginning of humanity. The sense of shame is the beginning of righteousness. The sense of courtesy is the beginning of decorum. The sense of right and wrong is the beginning of wisdom. Every person has within himself these 4 beginnings, just as he has 4 limbs. The person who considers himself incapable of exercising them is destroying himself. Let every person but attend to expanding and developing these 4 beginnings that are in our very being, and they will issue forth like a conflagration being kindled and a spirit being opened up. Conflagration means fire. So it will issue forth like a fire being kindled and a spirit being opened up. Mencius also says that the root of social transformation is self-transformation. Mencius says, that people are in the habit of speaking of the world, the state. As a matter of fact, the foundation of the world lies in the state, the foundation of the state lies in the family, and the foundation of the family lies in the individual. This is also very much akin to what Confucius said in the Great Summation. Alright, everyone, that's just my little bit of wisdom for the day. If you liked what you see, please like and subscribe. If you don't, I don't really care. I'm just doing this for fun. I'm just another crazy guy wearing a fursuit head and talking about philosophy. So, alright, I guess that's it. Goodbye, everyone.